and you know, oh, you know, and you know, I hope you're editing this in between. Thank you so much for washing Candy up. For washing? You're not really washing. Hi guys, it's Candy. Welcome to Candy Unwrapped. Today I'm going to talk to you about 10 tips on how to make a very, very beautifully executed audition tape. So this is in no particular order. The first thing I think of is when you get your instructions from your agent or manager, you need to really follow those instructions. Really, really important. When they give you sides, you really need to memorize those words and not feel like you can, you know, improv or just do something different.
Don't improvise.
And this is coming from a casting director. When I've wanted to see people and I've sent out sides and things that I wanted them to do, that's all I wanted them to do.
So do what I say.
Because if I saw other than that, I'm just gone. I'm on to the next. And also the words are very, very, really important that you do follow them because you don't know who wrote it. You don't know if they want to follow the script exactly. Another tip, and a really important one, and I want to show you with my phone. First of all, if you are doing it by your phone, this is my mother and father. You don't film it straight up. You have to film it this way. And the reason being is this way, it's like a TV. It makes more sense. That's how we want to see it. We don't want to see it like that. So that's a really important tip. Following that tip, I think your background is super important. You don't want a busy background. You do not want a white background. You want something either gray or blue. And make sure your lighting is natural. Make sure there's no shadows. Make sure you're really lit well. I think this is super important. And your clothing, what you wear. First of all, you don't want to wear anything too distracting so that people are busy like trying to figure out your outfit. The other thing is whatever the description is for your audition. If I was auditioning to be a cowgirl, I don't necessarily want to wear a cowboy hat and, you know, and really go crazy on it. But you want to look the role, so probably wear like a denim shirt, wear something that, you know, a cowgirl would wear without you looking like you've gone nuts with, you know, the script. But look like you're there to actually, not to audition, you got the part. So you want to look it, you want to be in that moment of knowing the character.
You got that!
And one of the things that I do, and I think is essential, is you may only get sides that doesn't explain who the character is and their background. And I think that what is so valuable is to create a story that works with the sides you were given.
Like my story? No, not your story, a story.
And this way, I think you'll be more invested in what you're saying and it will be more honest. And that's, I think, what we're looking for. You know, it's also important that you practice.
Oh. Let's practice.
Okay. And you have the luxury of videoing it over and over and over until you feel like it's great. Don't wait until you think it's going to be perfect because it's just not, but do it and warm up.
Oh my God! Oh no!
And one thing that I've always done that I think is another great tip is feel like you're just doing this as an exercise. This way, I think it will take some of the anxiousness away from you, and the other anxiousness or anxiety or, stress that you may feel, I want you to try to work that into the sides. So whatever that emotion is in those sides, those butterflies and all those emotions.
I've got some butterflies.
Think about something that feels the same way emotionally as the sides are reading. So if it's happy, think of something really happy and really connect to it. You want to connect to it and you want to believe that you are talking about yourself. And the only way I think to really do that is to create a story of who you are, where you came from, why you were in this scenario. Do you have a father? Do you have a mother? Not that you're going to say this in the sides, but when you read it, it will just give you more depth when you read, I think. I think that's really super important. Guys, you've got to make sure that you have great sound, because even if it's investing in a microphone, these days you just don't want to get somebody who's sending in a video that they look like, they're on a white background with a white t-shirt, the sound is awful. I mean, we don't have time, right? You just got to move on. So sound and making sure you get the right microphones, whether you're using a camera, whatever you do, make sure it's on a tripod, make sure it's not moving around. You want to make sure that in frame, you're kind of like where I am. So you don't need to show the whole body. I think the best is that where they can see you really from here up and really get a good feeling on being able to see your face and what you're acting or singing, by the way. Whatever it is, this applies to any audition, really. If it's a video that you're sending in, follow the directions. Make sure the background is not white. Make sure the sound is right on. Even if you have to buy a microphone, super important. Go over it, rehearse it, memorize it. Know these lines inside and out so that you can become this character. I think that another thing you need to remember is you never should give up. If this is your dream, don't let others tell you you can't do it.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. Go get it. Period.
Just know that for anything else, it's practice and it's good. And if you believe in yourself, you have a presence. This is another tip. You must give off a presence of being really showing personality, showing confidence, and showing something that there's that little sparkle that you remember who you are. And I don't mean that this is a perfect time to, when you slate and say, "Hi, I'm Candy. Yeah, and I'm going to read for you, or I'm going to sing for you on my own from Les Miserables." I mean, look, think of it as a date.
Like a date or like a date?
Like a date.
If you go on a date, you got one chance, right? Because if they see you and they don't like you, that's it. With these auditions, it's like a date. This is your moment. And if it's not correct in every which way, but another tip, if you feel after you've sent it in that you forgot to do A, B, or C, you've got to let it go.
Past is in the past.
And just go on to the next project. I think thinking about it and thinking about things you should have done, you're going to create more anxiety, and there's really no need, because all of it is practice. And you got to audition a lot before you get cast. So you really should know that, and know that you're always working on bettering yourself. Each audition is an experience and one that will bring you closer to a job, and that is the truth. This is kind of important, and I did touch on this before, but the 3 C's kind of in a casting director and what they want to see is confidence, you're comfortable, and they want to see your charisma. It is really important, so keep to the instructions. Super important. Whatever they tell you, that's what you do. And memorizing. Memorize, and be charismatic. Always make sure that it looks like you've already gotten the role and your day 1 rehearsal. That's the way you gotta look. And that's the way you kind of have to feel. So important. You need to have your picture, your resume, and absolutely your phone number, your website. You must count on yourself to give that information so that if you are wanted to have a callback, they know how to get in touch with you. So important. Remember this too. Casting directors want you to do well. They really do. We want you to succeed. We don't want to watch people who just don't want to succeed. So know that whoever you're sending it to is watching it and really, like, they're cheering you on. But if you don't grab them, you're gonna lose it. So those are my 10 tips. So good luck to you. I wish you the best. Get it. Go. Yay. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I would be happy to answer anything. And thank you so much for watching Candy for washing. You're not really washing. For watching Candy Unwrapped. Please give it a thumbs up. And I would love if you could subscribe.